A little bit of a dip. It's shopping day. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure you've subscribed, hit that bell button, leave a like and comment now. What happened during the night? A little bit of a sell-off. It was coming, it was due. I still believe that $50,000 may well happen, but it may well get front-runned. There's a lot of orders and a lot of people wanting to buy the said dip. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, just to let you know, because why not? You know, I talk quite a lot about my price target and where I think it'll go, and obviously getting in before I actually put my YouTube videos out there. Just a top tip there. Another thing as well, follow me on Instagram, link is below. It is the same handle as my Twitter. Obviously my other one got disabled because of spammers. It was a relatively new account, so it could have happened, but I'm now using an older account, which is a lot harder to kind of infiltrate, hopefully. So I will build it up. Moving on though. Right, we do need to talk about this. In my opinion, I think we're going to go to 66k. I think this is the perfect dipping opportunity to buy altcoins, because I think they will go up in value. I think the interest in altcoins is going to get more and more apparent as things go on. With the Ethereum changes, with the para change with Polkadot, and I'll come on to Polka change that in a minute. So yeah, it could be fun. But when we look at the market overall, dominance is still looking okay, still not run away or anything, that's fine. Total 2 chart, fine. It's found the support level, people are stepping in, which is why dips are good to buy. So, it's a bull market. We need to understand one thing. I always get the question, but what if the dip gets dippier? Don't worry about it, just keep buying. You only stop buying when the market turns to a bearish market. Then you wait. You stay in stable coins, you chill out, relax, go about your day, and then you sit and do your research, figure out what's happening, and then it goes from there, right? So, number one, again, these, disclaimer by the way, not financial advice. I also don't hold all of these. I know there's people in the comments go, you're a YouTuber, shouldn't you hold everything you mention? Well, that would mean holding 50 to 70 to maybe 100 coins. So some of them I do own, some of them I don't, but they're all good. In my opinion, they're all ones I could easily quite happily own, because they've got fundamentals, they've got good tokenomics, they've got a good use case, a decent actual body around them of purpose, really. They're not crap, unlike some people that like to shill certain things in my comment section. Anyway. Number one, I've already given you a spoiler. It is Polkadot. Currently $30.25 at the time of recording. This was over $40 not too long ago, as you can kind of allude to here. $40 all-time high. Nice little discount in my opinion. Parachain's going live very, very soon on Kusama. Well, deployment essentially. So it's going to be interest, and then they will eventually go onto the parachain side for Polkadot. Could be a good one. So I don't want to go too deep on that. I've talked about Polkadot a lot. So $30, okay. It's only 27.9 billion market cap. Ooh. Next one is reserve rights. Absolute monstrous run recently, and it's had a nice little correction. Okay, really nice correction here. It's now below $1 billion in market cap now. And obviously the obvious thing is it's been doing very well due to its use case over in South America. The app is publishing pretty high on the all-time charts of the application, so the Play Store and the iPhone Store. It hasn't had a mainnet yet, so maybe this could do a lot better in the future. I think this is a very good opportunity to get back into the game. It was actually about 6.8 cents last night. It's now 7.2. It was roughly around 10 cents not too long ago, so it has had a severe dip, which could be a very nice buying opportunity. The next one is SwissBorg. Now, not the biggest dip in the world, but it's enough in my opinion. Over the last few weeks, this was actually in and around $1.48. It's now $1.22. However, more and more things are happening with SwissBorg in terms of their staking model and their yield earning platform. They're going to open up a new premium side of it, not owning 50,000 but 2,000, which is kind of cool. So maybe more and more interest in that one, to hold 2,000 of these tokens to get a little bit of a booster in your yield, which is currently on USDC, Ethereum, and obviously the SwissBorg token, which is kind of cool for passive yield income. This uses Aave, it uses the Curve protocol, and it also uses Compound. So it uses a good aggregate of lenders and borrowers for the DeFi protocol on smart contracts. You also get your private keys with their wallet. So it's pretty efficient, pretty good. I do like it a lot, and I'm currently testing it on my premium side of it in terms of the channel. I like it a lot. It's cool. Moving on though, into something that is gonna link obviously to Polkadot ecosystem, Polkastar. Now, I think this is undervalued quite a bit. When you compare the fact of where it is now, it was $6.75 literally about a month ago. It's now obviously $3.48, right? Polkadot, parachains, interest, ecosystem, happy days, right? No one, I know it, this is a really, really vague thing to say and weird, but no one is on the Polkadot ecosystem until they win that parachain. But this is where they are looking to start. The substrate, essentially, the starting points, they want to go onto the parachain of either Kusama, Polkadot, or maybe even a relay chain, whatever. So, the real big deal and the biggest thing you want in life is a parachain, right? Project on a parachain, right? Simple as that. So Polkastar allows the opportunity for bidding wars and allowing you to get in as an auction, but you need to hold the token. You need to hold, I think it's 3,000 Polkastar. It's quite a lot of money, and it was a lot more not too long ago. And maybe more than that. I don't know. You got to hold a bag to get in, basically. So there's an incentive, but there's also demand for these potential parachain projects. So currently it's run on the ERC20 network, so it's pretty high in fees, but it's all for the parachain ecosystem, which is kind of cool. So demand of Polkadot, demand of parachain and auctions, and potentially initial Polkadot offerings. This is how to do it. So the token may well go up, and if you are looking to buy the token, and more of these you have, the more chance you get getting into the token sales. Moving on to the next one is Oasis Network. Had a monster dip. Now this again, I've never really kind of voiced my opinion on this, but I like this project quite a lot. It's clean, it's slick, it's got a real decent use case as well. However, it's had quite a severe dip, and it's not really knowing, I don't think yet. It was 21 cents, it's now 14. It is on Binance, it's on quite a few networks, but not massive ones. But just to give you an insight of what it is essentially a privacy-enabled blockchain for open finance and the data economy. So basically, privacy-enabled DeFi protocol. Pretty cool. So I do like the look of it. I think it's pretty cool. It's niche as well, not many out there. And I do feel that this could be of interest in the future as that shift towards DeFi becomes more apparent with open finance and open source interest of, you know, money making and builders and entrepreneurs and banking systems. You get the picture, right? So that could be of interest in the future. Moving on to the next one is not my penis size, but Oneinch, right? So essentially, we're talking about competition to Uniswap here. It is, in my opinion, undervalued. I think this has got a decent chunk of volume. If you are into this sort of thing, if you do like the world of obviously decentralized exchanges, which are pretty good if you know how to use them. For me, it's got a solid use case, got a demand, and there's always going to be more and more. There's never going to be one DEX to rule them all. There's always going to be competition. We see that with exchange. We see that anywhere, right? But for me, it's relatively stable, and it has been around this price forever, but it has dipped quite severely compared to where it has been. So now it's what, $3.78, which is pretty good, but the reality is it is just an exchange. But what we know with exchanges is more and more people use them, the more the price tends to go up. And this is an aggregator. It is a liquidity source in DEX, so it's a bit better in my opinion, more use case than Uniswap for obvious reasons. But I don't think it's fully caught on yet. I don't think it is fully caught on yet in terms of usage. I think everyone's go-to is Uniswap. Whereas you can actually get cheaper fees here because it's an aggregator, you can fiddle around a bit. So it's a bit better that way. So definitely worth keeping an eye on, in my opinion. If you are thinking things could go a bit crazy in the market. If it does go crazy in the market and people catch on to the fact that it's a little bit better to use Oneinch versus Uniswap, well, maybe this might go upwards a little bit, in my opinion. But it was over $5 not too long ago, as you can see, $5.12, now $3.78, pretty cool. And the last one down the list a little bit is Linear. I quite like this token, quite cool. I do like it quite a bit. Now, let me just explain briefly what it is. It is a trade liquidity kind of cross-chain Delta one asset protocol thing. It's like cool, right? If that makes any sort of sense. So essentially, you can talk about it as a decentralized layer, and you compare it to the likes of Aave and stuff like that. But as you can see, it's a cross-chain. So it's definitely of interest. It's already got some really big capital investors, as you can see. Big partnerships already appeared. So it's relatively new. It's brand new. It's literally fresh out the box, but it has been pretty high, as you can kind of allude to. It was 28 cents. It is now 12 cents. So it's pretty huge, and it hasn't really got many eyeballs yet, in my opinion, overall, when you start thinking about what it is and how it kind of works. So when you start looking at it, yes, it's on Binance and stuff like that, it's been released, but when you start thinking of eyeballs, usage, not many people are using it fully yet. So when we talk about this, $400 million in terms of market capitalization, well, it could be seen pretty drastically as undervalued. But as I say, it is a decentralized Delta One asset protocol capable of instantly creating asset and unlimited liquidity. There we go. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see how it does perform when you compare it to what has been successful in the past, i.e. Aave, Cream, Compound, Curve. You get the picture, right? Simple, really. So definitely worth keeping an eye on. And for me, more and more people will want liquidity soon, and this could be one of the sources. So there we go. 7 coins, 7 that have, in my opinion, dipped quite severely over time, and may well get some very, very good interest. There is other ones out there. Obviously, you can see what's pumped over the last 7 days, but obviously you can see what has dumped. Sushi as well looks pretty decent. Obviously, Cardano at $1.11. You got Basic Attention Token now under $1, down 23%. Atom, Avalanche, the Graph. There's loads of coins here that have got some real interesting kind of like dips already. Huge dips. But at the end of the day, I picked 7 that pretty solid in my opinion for fundamentals. Obviously there's some stuff that are looking quite good for dips, but I don't fully know them, or I don't understand fully how they kind of work. Avalanche would be a good one as well to feature. So yeah, dips are for buying. It's a bull market. Crack on.